is a truly pleasure to speak again and to have the opportunity to share with you the Spanish experience concerning industry-wide services under private agreements that have been developed to benefit consumers. What I'm going to concentrate on is motor insurance, which is the most widely spread among Spaniards. Nevertheless, I would like to stress that the solutions that I intend to present to you today have proved to solve the Spanish problems, taking account our special features. They do not necessarily apply or fit with other markets, and I think that is important to realize in-depth and case-by-case analysis. But if you want, we are going to have a little work around the motor insurance in Spain. Spanish insurers have made a lot of efforts during a long time in order to improve the response to road accidents, paying their claims as quick as possible and give satisfactory results to those people involved in a car accident. And in our experience, I have to say, this response have been found out mainly by means of self-regulation. Please allow me to start with the first of this set of agreements, the MTPL Direct Compensation Agreement, that was signed for the first time in the mid-90s and that involved all the accidents with two vehicles with only material damages. This accident profile covers more or less 70% of the MTPL claims in Spain. What did it work before this market agreement? As you all know, when two vehicles run into each other, there is always one that will be liable part, which means that the insurers of this liable driver will have to pay for repairing the other driver's vehicle. In practice, this basic principle had the consequence that in those cases when drivers did not agree on how the accident happened and who was liable, there had to be a process for defining liability. The consequence of this was that the average time spent that a non-liable driver had to wait in order to get his vehicle back was 6 weeks. The agreement has changed this way of working completely. After the agreement, each insurer repairs the client's vehicle, and this is the important thing, without waiting for liability to be ascertained. At the same time, each insurer sends the information that they have about the accident to a common database, and this database determines automatically the liability according to a set of objective rules. The liable insurer, according with this set of rules, pay a compensation to the non-liable insurer, and the conclusion is that the waiting period has been reduced from 6 weeks to only 1 week. I'm going to share you some figures that clearly demonstrate that during the last years, the direct compensation agreement has been gaining presence in the material damages claims, assuring citizens' mobility and making management for insurance companies more efficient. The agreement is also the demonstration of the huge capacity of insurance companies in terms of service. It manages between 4,000 to 6,000 claims per day, which could be impossible without a solid, sound, and reliable technological platform able to handle this big data. Let's move to another example that I want to share with you, is the claims database that has the claims history of all the Spanish insured, and that allows the drivers to demonstrate how good or bad they are when they want to change the insurance company. This database guarantees mobility between insurance companies and portability of the discounts that they have when they are good drivers. Another example is the insurance vehicles database that allows to identify the insurance companies of all the vehicles with a Spanish plate. This database was set up in 1996 and today is fully consolidated and is also used by the police authority to control the fulfillment of the motor insurance obligation. The fourth example in Spain that I want to share with you is our system to assess death and bodily injuries, pecuniary and non-pecuniary benefits stemmed from road accidents. This tool was originally set up on a voluntary basis, trying to guarantee similar compensations for similar damages and to avoid different compensations for similar damages. At the mid-90s was included in a law, and nowadays is compulsory for insurance company and is also compulsory for courts. The system allowed the victims to benefit from an equal and secure compensation, the judges to establish a compensation to be paid in an easily base, and insurance companies to manage better their provisions. It's important also, I think, I'm sorry. It's important also to point out that it has reduced a lot litigation. This system allows insurance companies and victims to reach agreements, and only 5% of the cases end up at court. And that is very important for all the persons involved in a car accident. The system is reformed each 10 years, and probably at the end of this month, the Spanish government will send to the Parliament a new reform that has been fully agreed with insurance companies, consumers, and victims in organization. We have also put in place a set of agreements with public and private health services in order to pay as quick as possible the health services that the victims of a car accident have received. Information to motor insurance clients, we come to a common issue. we have realized that the information about motor insurance was not clear at the Spanish level, and we have tried to standardize this information in order to allow our clients to shopping around with the same format and with a short and clear information about the most important things that they have to know about a motor insurance. We have do that by a guideline. Nowadays, 80% of the motor insurance companies apply this guideline, and I think that this kind of exercise must be done it at national level and not at international level, because what we have realized is that we have to introduce a lot of information, for instance, related with our motor settlement agreement, or a lot of information related with our special catastrophic events system, and all these kind of things change country by country. We think that subsidiarity is also a good thing, and they are things that are better done at national level than at European level. Talking about natural and man-made catastrophes, we are very lucky in Spain because we have a special system. It works like a special purpose fund that is funded by policyholders. They pay a little sum of the premium that they pay to the insurance companies, and whatever happens, a windstorm, floods, earthquakes, or terrorist attacks, this fund pay to the insureds and returns things to the original situation. We are talking about an insurance solution. We are not talking about a governmental or a public solution in case of natural catastrophes. And it has been working very well the last 70 years. It's a very old institution in the insurance sector. Finally, to end my short presentation, I would like to tell you that we have tried to do our best using mainly self-regulation solutions in our country. Some of these self-regulation solutions later on have turned out in legislation. And what is good of our experience is that we have learned in all the process. And when something has been introduced as the personal damages assessment in a law, we have had enough time in the market to introduce changes, to do it better, and I think that is the most important thing of our experience. A one-size-fits-all is not, I think, the panacea. It's not the panacea at European level. It's not the panacea at national level. And I would like only to add that to inform better the consumer, to give them a short and understandable information, sometimes the insurance company needs also the help of the legislators and regulators. We are talking about information, but we are talking also about contracts, insurance contracts, and sometimes to do our contracts simpler is not impossible, but sometimes very difficult, because the law that we have to apply don't have in mind that the consumer need to understand what is in our contract. Thank you very much.